Hey guys, Luke here. The NRL All-Stars game for 2020 is on tonight, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a preview video. Now, yesterday I went through both of the lineups. I'm going to be going through the lineups again real quick, but I sort of went more in depth, gave my first impressions. But just before we get into the preview, I will go over the team lineups. So we have the Indigenous side. Let me load it up real quick. So it's Josh Curran, Josh Addo-Carr, Adam Elliott, Blake Ferguson, Andrew Fafita, David Fafita, Wade Graham, Ryan James, Josh Kerr, Alex Johnson, Latrell Mitchell, Tyrone Peachy, Nathan Peets, Jesse Ramian, James Roberts, Tyron Roberts, Joel Thompson, Cody Walker, Connor Watson, and Jack Whiten. And then the Maori side is as follows. I think the Indigenous side, I went through it yesterday, they've named their lineup, but just for now, I'm just read out alphabetical order. Same as what I'm doing for the Maori side because they haven't announced their team yet. Sofa Salamona, Adam Blair, Jesse Bromwich, Kenny Bromwich, Corey Harawira-Naera, Jerome Hughes, Isaac Luke, Isan Masters, Britton Nakora, Cody Nikorima, Kalen Ponga, Kevin Proctor, Bailey Simonson, or Simonson, whatever, Brandon Smith, Brad Takarangi, James Tamu. We then have Zane Tadavano, Dylan Walker, and Dallin and Malachi Watene-Zelezniak. Now, there's a lot of juicy mashups there. I mean, I'm really intrigued to see Kalen Ponga again. Obviously, he's a big name. Everyone wants to see Kalen Ponga. He can produce magical things on the rugby league field, things that a lot of players can't do. However, the rest of the back line, it doesn't really doesn't strike too much fear for me if I was an Indigenous player. Really, apart from, I really like Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. I think he'll find himself on the wing for this game. Takarangi's always pretty skillful in that. They got a few skillful players, but in terms of them up against the Indigenous side just shits all over them. The Indigenous side will shit all over like every other team. I mean, Blake Ferguson, Addo-Carr, Latrell Mitchell, Jesse Ramian, James Roberts, that's a lethal backline, even when they're not in form. So if the Indigenous side can hit some form and actually play pretty well, I think we're going to see some pretty amazing tries. Then you add in like Jack Whiten's there. Tyron Roberts played really well for the Indigenous side last time. They've got a very good attacking side. How the defense goes, I don't know. But in terms of their back, sort of back five, it's a really, really good one. It's like a 10 out of 10 back line. Where the Maori side can compete, and I thought they were going to do this last year and they didn't, is the 4-pack. I think they've got a much better 4-pack. I'm pretty sure the Indigenous side, I didn't see his name there, but they have like a rookie playing. I think Josh Kerr's playing prop. Not exactly the biggest forward pack. You got Joel Thompson, Wade Graham, a couple of those guys. Whereas the Maori side pretty much has the New Zealand 4-pack. It's got the Bromwich boys, Sofa Solomona. They got some big boppers there. Brandon Smith in a hooker too is a really strong player. Nikorima is another one who can take advantage of those forwards. You would think Kalen Ponga, if there's offloads there, I think they can definitely take advantage of it. It's just a matter of whether the Maori side gels, because last year they didn't, and I think that's what the real weakness was. I thought they'd go into the game because a lot of them were sort of in the New Zealand side and in amongst it. I thought they'd go in and they'd play brilliant, but they didn't. It looked like they'd never played before, especially with Kalen Ponga and Cody Nikorima in the halves, which I think is going to be a big improvement this year. Kalen Ponga, I'd assume he's going to play fullback. I know Watene-Zelezniak's there, but I'm just assuming Kalen Ponga back at fullback. Last year when this game was played, they were getting ready to do that little 5-8 experiment, which obviously didn't work. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a big improvement for the Maori side, having Kalen Ponga in at fullback. But yeah, this Indigenous side, I mean, Ponga at fullback, it's good. Latrell Mitchell at fullback, though, that is the key matchup that I want to see. That's juicy, that one. Latrell Mitchell, our first chance to see him at fullback. Well, in a few years, I should say. Obviously, played at the Roosters, had some really cool highlights at fullback. Maybe wasn't the most consistent. Obviously, hasn't been the most consistent player in general, but go back and look at his highlights from back then when he was playing fullback. He scored some really, really good tries, and I think he definitely has the potential to score some absolute worldies in this game. Especially, I feel like this is going to be a pretty open game. Probably not too many penalties, not too much defense. I'm hoping it's just going to be a pretty free-flowing game because that's what we want to see. Lots of interchanges in that too, especially considering they got the extra interchanges. So I'm pretty excited to see this one. Now, in terms of predicting a winner, last year I think I went with the Maori side. This year I'm going to go with the Indigenous side. I'm expecting them to pick up the victory once again. I think they'll just have too much firepower in their back line. I think your Blake Ferguson's, Addo-Carrs and all that, I think they'll run a muck and they'll score a couple tries each. And yeah, even though the 4-pack for the Maori side is much better, I mean, it's their first game back too, so it's probably not going to be at peak fitness and all that sort of stuff. So blowing out some cobwebs. So I think the Indigenous side will have enough passion to sort of match it with them, at least for a good portion of the game. So the backline will take advantage of that, and I think that's where it will be won. So I'm going to go the Indigenous side. I'm going to go 1 to 12. I think it'll be a lot closer than last year, but yeah, I'm going to go Indigenous side 1 to 12. First try scorer, I'm going to go to Blake Ferguson. I think he was first try scorer last year, but I'm going to go with him. Guys, that's all I got to say for this video. Just a quick little preview. Leave in the comment section below who do you think is going to win, the Indigenous side or the Maori side. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke on YT. My Facebook page is also in the description below as well, so go ahead and give me a follow on that as well. Also, add me on Snapchat. It's Mr. Luke on YT. Same as what's on the screen right now. Anyway, guys, the NRL season is back. The NRL All-Stars game on tonight. Make sure you go and check it out. It's at the Gold Coast Seabar Super Stadium. Wish I could be there. I'm not, though. Going to be watching it on TV. Hopefully, it is a good game. See you for my next video. Bye, guys.